What's going on, people? Welcome back. Welcome back. OnlyFacts Sports. Really know what it is. Big game today. Big game today. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late, but I'm here, man. I had to make a tea, man. You know what I'm saying? You know the OnlyFacts mark. You know the vibes. We're live later as well, by the way, as you lot already know. Tyson Fury is back and Conor Ben on the undercard. But for right now, it's Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Big up AT. Big up everyone in the chat. Arsenal's opportunity to try to put a little bit of a gap between us and Man City. And let's be real, since the cup final, City have looked much improved, and that's the concern. Can City go on this run? But whether City go on a run or not is irrelevant, really. It's irrelevant because as long as we win our games and as long as we do what we do, and maybe we'll drop points throughout this run, maybe City will drop points throughout this run. But as long as we do what we do and we win games, then it don't matter. We need to get to 85 points, even if City win all their games. And this is a big opportunity. Do you know what I'm saying? Bournemouth will be a good test, good game. We've got a bit of a scrappy 1-0 away in Europe, which sometimes you need that. And we just want to put a bit of pressure on Man City, a little bit of pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're traveling to Chelsea tomorrow, and we want them to be traveling to Chelsea tomorrow with as much pressure on them as possible. Do you know what I'm saying? If they're traveling to Chelsea tomorrow and we've dropped points, we know that they're going to be feeling super confident, feeling themselves, all that kind of stuff. But if they're traveling to Chelsea tomorrow and we've won and the gap is 12 points, their heads might drop. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not disrespect to them because we've seen their heads drop. You know what I mean? Like, it was only a couple of games ago, Man City they scrapped to win, and they said, I think it was against Liverpool, and they said openly, they said themselves, had we lost this game, we Man City felt like um, you they felt like they would have been out of it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's their words. So we know that we can put it on them to the point that they start to crumble. Do you know what I'm saying? What's going on to all the man then? Big up Ahmad in the chat, F Texa, AT. We ain't doing you man no favors. Don't do no pray alongs. Now, if I was gonna do a watch along for the game tomorrow, I might do still. I might do a watch along. But yeah, I mean, that's another good point. The reason that I feel like this game is a must win, apart from the fact that every game for us is a must win until the end of the season, but the reason this game in particular is a must win is because I got no faith that Chelsea could do anything against Man City if we're being real. You know what I'm saying? I can't rely on. I think Man City will drop points. That's where my kind of belief is coming from. Man City are going to drop points at some point, but in terms of who they're dropping points to, I can't tell you which team they're dropping points to. Do you know what I'm saying? They slapped Liverpool. They've obviously the Man United games are gone. I don't know if they play Man United again. They've got to play Chelsea. They've got to play Palace. They've got to play Spurs. I think I'll double check, but there's no teams that I think are better than Man City other than maybe Arsenal, and even that's touch and go right now. But I just feel like they'll drop points at some point throughout the season. So it could be Chelsea tomorrow. It could be, but I'm not picking out certain games and saying these are the games they're gonna lose. But I think they'll continue to drop points. You have to do a watch along, please. I'm gonna try, bro. I'm live now. I'm live this evening for the boxing. Tune in for that. We're live for the full card from Fraser Clark, Justice Hooney, all the way through. We're gonna be live all the way through. Obviously, covering the Conor Ben fight, covering the Reactpool fight, all the rest of it. Facts, we are dead food. Silver literally said 12 points is too big a gap. Yeah, this is it. Do you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, that gap should have been 12 points already. Do you know what I'm saying? It should have already been 12 points. Do you know what I mean? That's my problem. Liam ain't doing shit. Probably not. Your performances aren't convincing. Not massively, but we know that we can click into gear. And even when our performances aren't great, we're still a difficult team to beat, especially when we've got David Raya in goal. You know, if we start David Raya in that cup final, maybe we're looking at having won a trophy. And that's a mistake on Arteta's part, and he's cost us that trophy. But yeah, we're not looking convincing. But if we scrap four more 1-0s, especially if we scrap a 1-0 now, and we scrap, which I don't think we'll scrap a 1-0. We're at home, we're playing Bournemouth, we should be confident. But if we were to win in an ugly fashion today, and then we were to win in an ugly fashion against Man City, the league's pretty much done. It's pretty much done. Do you know what I'm saying? So we don't actually need. We're so close. We don't need convincing performances. Now, convincing performances make it less stressful and get us over the line better. But it's not a need. It's not like it's a goal difference thing. We don't need 3 or 4 goals today. If we did 2-0 today and 1-0 against City at their ground, then we're Gucci. Do you know what I'm saying? AT, talk about the Enzo situation. Can we talk about the FA Cup? Yeah, we can talk about the FA Cup. Yeah, we can talk about the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal's poor cup run under Arteta continues. I do think, and it's not an excuse for Arteta, I do think that he has gambled and played and rotated on the basis of saving players for the Champions League and Premier League running, which is fine if he wins those trophies. Obviously, not winning the Premier League from this position, I think, is a sackable offence. If he were to win a Champions League as well, then obviously he's just a fucking legend. We've never won that. But I think that he's gambled. I do think he's massively, massively gambled and looked at these games and thought, I'm not playing, a super strong team, and then having those players not fit and ready for Bournemouth and Man City, who are the two next league games that we've got. So we're playing, but that team that was out there, like I said, that team that's out there is perfectly capable of beating Southampton. They're perfectly capable of beating Southampton. For me, the problem with Arteta is again, and we said it year in year out, and the problem I have with him is not seeing him. I'm seeing him get better, but I'm not seeing him get better in certain areas. And one of the areas he's not improving is using the whole squad. Wanyeri's part of the squad, Diamond's part of the squad, Lewis Skelly's part of the squad. All these players should be getting used, and not only used in the late part of the season where we're desperate, but had we been using Wanyeri for 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes here and there, in the games earlier on when we were smoking teams, when we were beating the leads, is even if it is the lower teams, even if you want to say it's the bottom five, that's fine. Do you know what I'm saying? But um, you know, we need those players to be playing 10, 15 minutes here and there. So when we need them, they're ready to go. We're not playing these players, and then we're starting them cold. Lewis Skelly today is starting, I think. I need to look at the team because I haven't looked at the team yet. Obviously, I'd like to do it on the stream with you, man. But Lewis Skelly, I think, is starting. It's a good game for him to start because Bournemouth actually tried to play some football. It could be quite open. Maybe they'll sit a little bit deeper, to be fair, because they're at Arsenal. But, you're throwing them in a little bit cold. Let's look at the team, actually. Best team, best news this season. The Racismo Longstaff can go to Madrid. He ain't going to Madrid. He can't play for Madrid. He's shit, bruv. Nicky, you still Gabriel Jesus super soldier after the last few months? I don't think that Gabriel Jesus has the ability to start for us. Like, if we sold Gyökeres in the summer and had just Gabriel Jesus, he's not someone that can lead the line. But I think the fact that he can play in the nine and he can play on the wing and is quite versatile, for me, there are a lot of games that he can play. Do you know what I mean? There are a lot of games that he can play. He's not the level of the top European strikers. And it may be that we bring in a Julian Alvarez or something. If we bring in Julian Alvarez, the reality is we're not going to get rid of Gyökeres. But if we got rid of Trossard and we had Jesus as someone that played cup games and sometimes covered minutes out wide, I think that Jesus, if he's used correctly, I think Jesus can be a really effective player in the squad. I think those games when Saka, Martinelli, Madueke, when they've started and we're killing it and we've done really well, we can swap one of them out, and we know that Jesus can do a job on the wing. We know he can do a job up top. Like he's someone that I'd have in the squad. Do you know what I'm saying? What are you saying, Michael? What are you saying? Let me check out this team because, like I said, I normally like to react to the squad on the stream with you, man. David Raya in goal. Ben White still at right back. Real concerns for Arsenal. That ultimately he's our weakest player right now. Ben White has to go in the summer. I really like Ben White. Big fan of him. But he looks well past it. Well past it. I mean, he hasn't recovered from the injuries well, struggling clearly. He can do a job and he'll still play. I don't think he'll retire, but I think there's a lot of clubs in the Prem he could play for, especially the mid-table teams. But since losing Timber, we can clearly see a drop in level. Gabriel, Saliba, solid. Lewis Skelly, like I say, it'd be interesting to see him get a start in the Prem. Zubamendi, Rice, Havertz in the 10. Again, another interesting one. Do you know what I mean? Eze's on the bench. No sign of Erdegaard in training, so that he's got his injuries kind of in and out. He's back for one game and then injured again, so it looks like Erdegaard could be someone that's moved on in the summer. But he's been a captain of the team for a couple seasons. He's been a big part of this transition. I do think he upped the level of football that we played when he first came in. I personally would like to see him. He looks like his head's dropped a little bit. I would like to see him involved as much as possible, because if we win this league and if we can somehow do something in the Champions League, Erdegaard would have been a big part of the building block of that. He won't have been a big part of this season, but he's been a big building block towards this season. So I'd like him to enjoy it, even if he's going to leave. Same as Ben White, I'd like him to enjoy it, even if he's going to leave. Madueke, Martinelli, Victor Gyökeres starts up top. I kind of thought that Havertz might start up top today, but maybe that works more for European football. Let's see. Bench: Mosquera, Hincapié, Gabriel Jesus, Eze, Norgard, Trossard, Dalman. So again, still got Saka out, we still got Erdegaard out, we still got Timber out, who are three big players in this team, but the squad is deep enough to deal with that. For Bournemouth, we've got Petrovic, Alex Jimenez, Hill, Senesi, Truffert. Alex Jimenez, I know he has some discipline issues, but I think he's a very, very good player, very tidy. Truffert as well, actually, to be fair, is quite a tidy left, but they've got very tidy fullbacks. Ryan Christie and Scott in the midfield, Tavernier in the 10, Ryan and Krupi out wide, Evan Nilsson up top. Evan Nilsson, again, I think it was last season, absolutely smoked it. This season, been a little bit quiet, but we know he's got that ability. And then Krupi, good to see him getting starts, because for a long time, it's just coming off the bench. But Krupi, definitely dangerous. On the bench, they've got Adam Smith and David Brooks. But for me, Amin Adli is another one that can just be so dangerous. They've got 3 goals this season, but off the bench, that he could be a game changer as well. So let's see what Krupi can do as a starter. Respect to you for plodding on watching your dead team. The thing is, you're saying dead, but we're 9 points clear at the top of the league, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So even if we're dead, I get it. We play boring football. That's understandable. But if we're dead, whoever you support, I know you're a United fan, but whoever man support must be even deader. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're not picking up points. So that's what it is. Best squad depth in the league. I think arguably, do you know what I'm saying? I don't think Ben White is terrible as a backup right back. Whose backup right back is better than Ben White? Do you know what I mean? Who's third choice number 10? Kai Havertz is our third choice number 10. Do you know what I'm saying? So whose third choice number 10 is better than Kai Havertz? Do you know what I'm saying? Surely Erdegaard's getting sold in the summer. I think so. I think so. How long is Saka out for? They haven't said what injury he's dealing with yet. Bro, you know Arteta, bro. Arteta doesn't give information on injuries, and then randomly, like the Undertaker, Saka will just come out of nowhere, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Arteta never gives updates about the injury. Typically, if Arteta says the injury is serious, that means it's not. And if Arteta says he's a few days away, that means the player's fucked and he's never coming back. Nick, what's your opinion on Arteta's future? If he only wins the league with this style of football, can he win the league and or other trophies, or is it better to part ways now? It's difficult because I would like to see us play more attacking, more expansive football. What I don't, the issue that I have, for me, we can't sack a manager after winning the Prem after 22 years. We've won no Prem for 22 years, and then when he comes in and wins the Prem, we sack him. I can't see that. But I also feel like, obviously, this is the frustration of all of us as football fans, because we don't know everything that's happening inside the club. But we've seen Arteta play good attacking football. We've seen it. Now, we haven't seen it much this season. But 2 years ago, with the Erdegaards, the Smith Rowes, that sort of style, we were playing much better football than we're playing now, but finishing 4th. So you have to pick your poison. Do you know what I mean? The teams that play the best football, do they always win the league? What is it that you want to do? If we sell a bunch of players, the Mikel Merino, the more athletic players, if we sell Rice and Merino and Gyökeres, and I'm not saying Gyökeres is good, I'm saying the players that rely on athleticism, the players that make the game a bit slow, and we bought in players that made the game slicker, right? We took out Gyökeres, we bought in Julian Alvarez, and we took out Rice, and we bought in Vitinha, and we took out, I don't even know who else, yeah? But we've got in these slick players. We're playing much slicker football, yeah? We took out Saka, we got rid of Saka, and we brought in Ndiaye from Everton, something like that, right? So now the team's playing really gorgeous, slick football. The ball's just whizzing around the pitch. It's really beautiful. But we don't pick up enough points and we finish 3rd. will we then be in a position where the Arsenal fans say, get the old guys back and go and try and grind out a league? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Get with the times. Under Carrick, we are better than you. Okay, well, you're Amish then. You're just picking an arbitrary period of time and saying, well, we're better than you in this period of time. Do you know what I'm saying? Your fans can't even decide if they want Carrick to, I'd expect you to be. Do you know what I mean? Your fans don't even know if they want Carrick to stay. So you can't be doing that well. Do you know what I mean? And also, like, at the end of the day, you man are playing one game a week. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Do you know what I mean? Like, cool. You're better than us under Carrick if that's what you believe. Do you know what I'm saying? Fair play. Um, but yeah, I don't know that you can sack a manager after winning the league. Do you know what I mean? I think the cup performance. We've got to have a set manager and a set style of play involved. But apparently, there's another extension coming for him. So it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think that, like I say, I would have, if I'm the board, I'm having serious conversations with him about, you've won the league. The pressure to go and win the league again is slightly off. We'd like you to go and win the league, but if you came second, it's not the end of the world, especially if you pick up another trophy. However, we do want to see the football starting to get better. I mean, especially if we're spending big money on these players, we do have to see the football getting better. But then you've also got Andrea Berta, who's made some really good signings for us, but also is not focused on Arteta's style of play completely. He's more focused on resale value of players and different things like that. So you've got a bit of a power struggle there between those two. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. Berta doesn't care about the standard of football. Do you know what I mean? He don't care about that. Like I said to you lot before, I think Arteta wanted Shesko for his style of play, and Berta said, no, 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 no. This Gyökeres guy is one of the top goal scorers in Europe. He'll have a better resale value. He scored more goals. Shesko only scored 8 or 9 league goals. And on paper, I can understand why. Obviously, now we could look at it and say, well, Gyökeres hasn't been very good. But on paper, that's what makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Same way that Man United went and signed players because they've got Premier League experience and different things like that. They don't necessarily always bang, but you, at the very least, as a football fan, you want the logic or the reason behind signing the player to make sense. And the what Berta's thought process is makes sense. For me, I've said it before, the future of Arsenal Football Club is not just in who we buy and how we buy, it's who is how we sell. Do you know what I'm saying? We have to sell players when they're at good amounts of value. And I don't know if we're going to be doing that. Do you know what I mean? I think that we could, Trossard is a bit late. We could have maybe got rid of him previously. Jesus is another one that I'm a fan of, but if we're being fair, we could have probably got rid of him at other times. So it's difficult. Yes, Gyökeres has 17 goals in 44 games this season. You're saying that we're limping over the line, but we have to see what happens today. Do you know what I'm saying? We're 7 games away. We're 9 points clear. By the end of this weekend, we could be 12 points clear, potentially. I don't know that we can call that limping over the line. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not playing the best football, but I think limping over the line is a little bit of an exaggeration. For me, it's damning that a man asked, "Would you get rid of Arteta?" and you didn't tell man to piss off. No, because I understand where the question came from. Do you know what I'm saying? That's you're describing. You're saying it's damning because I'm not being emotional. I'm doing a live stream where people are going to ask me questions, so obviously I have to respond. Most of the questions that people ask me if I think they're ridiculous, I can't just be like, piss off, what a ridiculous question. That would be a boring stream, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to answer any question with a thoughtful answer because that's what I like to do. Do you know what I'm saying? I like to analyze. I like to analyze things. Do you know what I mean? You man haven't got a single attacker that's playing well. On what metric of time? Since the break, I think Martinelli's been good. Martinelli's looked very tidy since the break. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, what period of time are you talking about? Are you talking about the whole season? Are you talking about the last month? What period of time are you talking about? I would say that Martinelli's looked very good in the last couple performances. Do you know what I mean? Michael, the league's dead. What do you think about the Lewis Skelly Ethan situation? I think that that's probably agent talk, personally. Martinelli's been dead bar sporting. Now I think since Jan, you lot are winning the league because of Riot, in my opinion. Bro, the thing is, who it's because of is irrelevant, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? We could win the league because of Berta. We could win the league because of AFTV. I don't care who it's because of. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. As long as we win it, then we win it. Do you know what I'm saying? Once, like you said, like you man said before, yeah, you man that support clubs that have gone through long spells of not winning a trophy, you'll know that winning the league, I do think there's a good chance that we win this league. And I mean, that's partly hope, really, to be honest with you. That's partly hope. But I hear you. AT wants what's it called? AT wants his own team to lose, and they're not even in the title race, blood. You know what I'm saying? Man said Martinelli kicking and running has been decent. The bar's on the floor. If you say so. You need to go Etihad and City have a game in hand. That's not really 9 points clear, is it, Nick? Bro, this when it was us, that's what people were telling us. Do you mean? When it was us last time when we were like 8 points ahead or something, I said Man City have a game in hand. So it's not really 8 points. Man got told we ain't got the mentality. You'd rather have the points on the board, blah, blah, blah. You might have to make your mind up, bro. You might have to make your mind up. See what I'm saying? We've just kicked off. Bournemouth kicking off for some reason. They must have won the coin toss. But yeah, I think that there's a world where good pressing from Gyökeres early. I think there's a world where if you man support Man United, Chelsea, whatever, so you man win trophies, but if you've supported your team for a long spell, you'll know that the first major trophy is just getting over the line. Scrapping and ugly dogging. I think we win 2-0, by the way. I think we win 2-0 today. But I think, the first trophy is just about scrapping and ugly dogging that first trophy. Once you get that, and the team hopefully lose that nervousness, they start to gain that composure. I think that the better looking football can kind of come later, or I think that the better looking football will come later. I can see why Evan Nilsson is down. I think he got hit in the face. This is why I asked about Arteta's future. Well, the thing is, like I say, Ahmad, I would give him a year for the football to improve. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that, like I say, I've seen this before, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I know it's only the FA Cup, but we went 9 years with no trophy. Once we won one FA Cup, we won like 4 in the next 6 years or 4 in the next 7 years, whatever it was. Do you know what I mean? Because the fear factor, that feeling that they're playing the occasion instead of playing the game, that started to go out of the team. Do you know what I mean? And I hope, but I imagine that it would be the same. This is why teams win trophies in clusters a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? Because once you get over the line for that first trophy, that's that. Arsenal trying to play it out from the back like they do, really risky football. Trying to rope Bournemouth in. I don't like using fair point. That's what I think it will be, bro. Like, if you're Man City and you're playing Arsenal, Gyökeres, could you be in? Can you find a cross across the box? Pulls it back. I think that maybe just went out. But yeah, if you're Man City, about a month ago, Man City, like I say, they felt like they were out of it. They felt like they were out of it entirely. when we now because of the way that we played, we've lost the final to them and stuff. When you play them at the Etihad, they're going to be confident, they're going to be up for it. But there was a time where, um, we could have gone there and they would have looked really, really shaky. Do you know what I'm saying? We've seen Man City play against Arsenal. They don't get the criticism that we do because obviously they've won the trophies and we haven't, so I understand it. We've seen Man City, great Man City, all the spend and all the charges and all the rest of it, play against us and just camp behind the ball, bro, and just ugly scrap to a draw. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't get the criticism, but like I say, it's fine. Their squad's awful. The fact they're top of the league is an indictment. If they win the league, calm, but the gap next season is minimal. The rest of us get our shit together. Bro, like I said to you before, so good ball in from Krupi and good defender from Gabriel. Like I said to you before, I think the league is exciting and the most exciting league in the world because the levels are close. That's what I think makes a good league. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a question of, some people think that base the quality of the league on the team that's at the top. How good is the team at the top? And if the team at the top is 20 points clear, then the league is good. To me, that's trash. The fact that the league quality overall, you can say it's not as good as it used to be. Fair enough. And bear in mind, when we were growing up, we grew up with the best quality Premier League we'd ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Before the era when we grew up, when fucking Brian Clough and Kenny Dalglish were playing, the football was shit, bro. So I mean, we played for a very good era. The Wayne Rooney Henry era was the best era of Premier League, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Other than that little spell, do you know what I mean? Maybe the kind of the Jose Mourinho Hazard era as well. But other than that, before all that, bro, the league was fucking toilet, bro. If we're being real, the football that was played was shit, bro. Do you know what I mean? So it depends how long you've been watching football for. If you've been an Arsenal fan since the 70s, you think this is good football. Do you know what I mean? Everything now is compared against the best version ever. Do you know what I'm saying? When man beat a gal, man don't compare that gal to the best pom pom I've ever had. That just don't make sense, bro. Do you know what I mean? 3 weeks rest for Bournemouth. It's mad. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what happens. We should have enough, and we should have a squad good enough and the talent to beat these. But we're playing teams that are that have a lot of time, that have a lot of rest. Do you know what I mean? EPL has been a dump for a while now. I don't mind that assessment. I only mind when people start saying it when it's Arsenal that's winning, and they don't say it beforehand. Do you know what I'm saying? But the reason I think the league is competitive is because is there a world where Chelsea can win a league title next year? Possibly. Is there a world where Arsenal could win it next year? Yes. Is there a world where United could win it next year? Yes. Next season, there will be 5 or 6 clubs going into the season genuinely believing they can win the league. You don't have that anywhere else in the world, bro. So the quality is not exciting. I'm not arguing that. I agree with you. The quality is not super exciting, but you have 4, 5, 6 teams that all believe that they can win the league next year. There's no other league in the world where you've got 4, 5, 6 teams that all believe they can win it. That don't happen, especially not in the top 5 leagues. Who you got for Hooney versus Clark? Probably leaning towards Justice Hooney, but we'll see. It should be a good fight. I tried throwing Chelsea in there. You man ain't having it, bro. You man ain't having it. Remember, I'm going to be live from about 7 o'clock to try and cover the full main card. Justice Hooney down. Bournemouth pressing really aggressively. Their passing isn't the best. It's not the tidiest. Madueke sort of bottled that challenge a little bit. Poor touch from Evan Nilsson. The style of football that we play is difficult because the thing that we struggle with a lot as a team is the composure. And we need a lot of composure to play this style of football because it relies a lot on setting traps, welcoming a lot of pressure, and then once we welcome that pressure, hitting on the counter and creating those gaps. And that is just really difficult to do when you've got a team with this type of mentality. And Ben White's brought down. Could that be a yellow card for Krupi? No. I guess this is his first challenge, but an attack was just about to mount there. It's a great little touch from, I'm not sure who that was. Oh, that's Ryan. He's another very tidy player. Very, very tidy player. Justice Hooney down. I can't remember what I said. Did I predict Clark in the show? I can't remember, bro. I actually can't remember. It's good football from Arsenal. Just keeping it tidy and allowing Bournemouth to press. And the high press, the thing with the high press in football, you can't, unless you're elite athletes, and these men are good athletes, don't get me wrong, but like most teams could not sustain this for a long period of time. Do you know what I mean? You can maybe sustain this for 20, 30 minutes and then you're going to be in trouble. Bournemouth just closing in on Arsenal a little bit. We need to pull that trigger now. Someone needs to release that pressure. Referee, ref, come on. That's 2 or 3 times that they fouled us, and when we've gone to take the free kick nice and quick, they've stopped us from doing it. I'd like to see a yellow card for one of them at some point. It's a good ball into Gyökeres from Zubamendi, and Gyökeres just a little bit weak there. Bro, you know what it is, man. Do you know what I mean? African founder. Yeah, bro. African founder, Salah Sense. And the scents are actually good, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If you buy one and it's trash, they're like £20 and the code gets you 15% off. So that's like, what does that get you? £3. So that's like £17. So it's not a big investment, but if you get, especially like I said, the Dubai one's my favorite. The Rio is Shane's favorite. Like the Rio box, when I show it on the show, the Rio box is empty because Shane took it. I got like 4. I was trying to keep all of them. Bournemouth looks fresh. They do. They've had 3 weeks break. Do you know what I mean? They will look fresh, 100%. That's this other thing. When we're looking at the style of football that we play, in situations like this, we're gonna have to play this style of football, bro. We're gonna have to. Like it shows when man ain't played football before. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we've played in the last few weeks. We've got a lot of players that are international players. Bournemouth don't. They've had a lot of players that are very, very fresh, very, very well rested. So we can't go machine for machine. Do you know what I mean? Because we'll die. Not because we're not good, but because we just don't have the fitness. It's just what it is, bro. This is just part of being a bigger, a bigger club. These are the problems you're going to have. You're going to sign these top players, and then if they're either internationals already or they become internationals. Ben White, bit of a risky pass. Zubamendi does well with it. It's a nice touch from Madueke. Gyökeres just got to pass that in first time. Madueke was there. Obviously, that's not his game, but can we take this nice and quick? We're having a good amount of possession. The problem is the possession that we're having is very, very deep. For me, going into the summer, I would like to see a little bit of investment into this midfield. We've got Declan Rice in there. I know he's a polarizing football player. I personally love him. I think he's great. Zubamendi, for me, I'm not, he's great at certain times, but he's not consistently great, in my opinion. And what I mean is, we are more comfortable with our back 4 playing the ball around on the edge of our box than we are comfortable holding the ball in midfield. We very rarely pass and move and hold the ball for long spells of time in the midfield. And if we do, Declan Rice will be at the centre of that. And if it's not Declan Rice, as much as man don't like this player, it will be Ødegaard. Ødegaard he's not the best from an attacking perspective, but from a ball retention perspective, Ødegaard is extremely tidy, bro. Extremely tidy. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't do what Bruno does. Bruno's a bit more exciting, a bit more direct. But Ødegaard is very, very tidy. When we've got Zubamendi in there, I don't think if we've got Zubamendi, we are never going to have the ball in the midfield, bopping it around the pitch. And I'm not talking about bopping it when the team's on the back foot in their box. I'm talking your midfield is out pressing and we're bopping. That's what I've grown up seeing an Arsenal midfield do with your Vieiras. And then even going into the next era with your Ramseys and Wilsheres, and even going into a fairly weak Arsenal era with your Ozils and Santis. You man could stand right in front of us, machine for machine in the middle of the park, and we'll bop it. Now, our defense is shit. If you do tackle us, you probably go in and score because our defense will be trash. But I've seen us be able to bop the ball and hold the ball with man pressing right yard for yard close to us. We couldn't do that now. We could not do that now. This is why if we attack and the attack breaks down, we have to recycle to Gabriel or Saliba or Timber. Zubamendi can't do it. Zubamendi has to drop all the way deep to come and receive the ball in yards and yards of space. It's a good play from Gyökeres, to be fair. Good touch and hold-up play. Madueke, can we get something from here? It's a great pass from Madueke. Gyökeres could be in. Can you find Martinelli? Can't. The pass isn't the best. That's really good play, though, from Arsenal. Much better from Gyökeres. Much, much better. I think Martinelli, to be fair, started a little bit quiet. A couple of times he could get involved, and he's just been a little bit quiet. Not really. He's hugging the touchline, but times where the ball's gone out to him, and you have to come and Riziki, bro, Riziki. And when you think of Riziki, that's not a top Arsenal side. That's an Arsenal side that would typically finish third or fourth, maybe second. Like Riziki had never won the league. He's not. He's not a top. He's not remembered as like a legend. But when you had that midfield, you got Riziki, Clem, Song. None of these man won leagues, bro. Do you know what I mean? But when you got that midfield, Riziki, Santi, Fabregas, Özil, bro, man said this game looks like a draw. You man are on budge. This game looks like a draw based on what? Based on 13 minutes, bro. You man are seeing what you man are mad, bro. You man are actually seeing what you want to see, bro. You can't say a game looks like a draw after 13 minutes. I said sleeping, but this is a narrative, bro, because this game's not been boring. It's not been that boring. There's only 13 minutes, bro. Not many games look mad exciting in 13 minutes. Martinelli comes in. That's a horrible cross. Does it go out for a throw? It does. Goes all the way out for a throw. Now we can put a little bit of pressure on them. You man are proper haters, bro. I can't believe it, bro. I cannot believe it. You know what? We're gonna live stream tomorrow. Madueke nearly just gave that ball away completely, and Lewis Skelly came in to save the day, and then Martinelli just horrible cross. Just gets right on the early side of the ball, so it just spins away. It's a lovely pass from Ben White. To be fair, Madueke does well to just get a cross in. And Ben White does get turned by, I think that's Tavernier. Good tackle from Ben White. Well, I think that was a foul, to be fair. Rest played advantage for Bournemouth. Rayan coming forwards. It's good defending from Gabriel. It's a good run from Rayan, to be fair. It's a good game. Matt, hey, I'm genuinely, as a neutral person, yeah, like, the game's not been bad, bro. Both teams are attacking. Like, man is saying sleeping pill football, bro. It's just banter. Like, come on, bro. Big up, Nick. I'm going to the fight tonight. They've been selling tickets cheap. These grey man gas Tyson Fury too much. Yeah, bro. We noticed about a month ago, any Tyson Fury videos we did, like shorts and that, just didn't bang, bro. Nobody actually cares about this brother. We're past it now. Do you know what I'm saying? So neither team is a threat attacking wise, and both are defending well. I would say that both are defending well and both are a threat attacking wise. The thing is, in football, yeah, you only need to attack. You only need to score once, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? The defense has got to be perfect. Do you know what I mean? If I attack 10, the advantage is with the attackers. If I attack 10 times and you defend me 9 times, I score once, I'm the best player. And if that happens all my days your midfield is sleeping. I told you the midfield is the problem, bro. The midfield is the problem. I need to, if I could sign a world-class player, if you gave me a mystery box, I didn't know who the player was, but I knew there was going to be a world-class player coming in. And that world-class player could be a striker, that could be a winger, a midfielder, I could pick the department. For me, I would pick I'd pick midfield. I'd pick midfield, bro. Because that's where we lack the most. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. 1-0 Bournemouth. Now, what did Bournemouth do here? That is very unfortunate. It's a great pass through behind Ben White. And to be fair, that's Ben White, in my opinion. That's a cross come. It's a deflected cross. So it's very unfortunate. But like I said to my man before that was saying, both teams have no attacking threat. I'm like, bro, you don't play football. If you just consistently attack, a goal's gonna come, bro. It's Madueke. It's Madueke, to be fair. That is Madueke's man. Madueke doesn't track him, just strolls. Yeah, and it comes off Saliba. That is very unfortunate. But the question for me now is, what is going to happen with Bournemouth now? Do Bournemouth go and attack and want more? Do Bournemouth now sit a little bit conservatively? Because if they sit, that gives Arsenal a big opportunity to go and put pressure on them. There's no energy in the midfield, bro. That's like, bro, our midfield is Havertz in the 10, where we know he's not a 10, and Zubamendi, which I've been very, very critical of. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but it's early. Do you know what I mean? They've scored early, 17 minutes in. Let's see if man still think it's sleeping pill football, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Or is it now suddenly exciting because Arsenal's losing? Very, very unfortunate. Plenty of time to come back. Plenty of time to come back. Yeah, I thought so. Look, it's very exciting. I thought so. I'm saying this game's got draw written all over it when it was 13 minutes in. What are we talking about? Great tackle by Rice. Arsenal corner. Deep corner. Oh, just over from Kai Havertz. It's a very good corner from Rice. Matt, what are you saying? Mustafa, what are you saying? Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what Bournemouth do. 25 minutes still to go in this first half. Are they going to come and attack? Are they going to try and sit deep? Havertz tries to put a dangerous ball in the box. That wasn't the best. Krupi's a good player. He is a good player. You know, it was poor from it was like an unfortunate deflection off Saliba, but Krupi reacted really, really well, really quick. Maybe David Raya could have come out and imposed himself a little bit more, but Madueke defensively just falling asleep. And Ben White left with 2. But it looks like Bournemouth are going to continue to attack, which makes sense. They are an attacking side. Mikel is definitely stressed. Tottenham in the relegation zone. Yeah, facts. When are Tottenham playing as well? When are Tottenham playing? They're playing. Oh yeah, they're playing Sunderland tomorrow. That's going to be a very difficult game for them. Lewis Skelly does really well. Havertz ball through. Jimenez has gambled for it, but he misses it. Martinelli. It's not great for Martinelli. And look, when Bournemouth are on the attack, Zubamendi, to be fair, trying to put himself about, but he's just not good, bro. He's not good. Like Zubamendi is good in a very, very, very set circumstances. In a very, very niche, small circumstances, he's very, very good. Do you know what I mean? When we're against a team that we're much better than, and they're playing in sort of a mid block, and Zubamendi's got loads of time on the ball, which, to be fair, Bournemouth might actually end up doing because they're 1-0 up earlier than probably they expected. But Do you know what I mean? That's where he can be decent. But other than that, he's there's too many football circumstances where he's not good, in my opinion. One attempt on goal at home to Bournemouth so far. This is why the Prem is unwatchable. If it's unwatchable, then don't watch it, bro. Do you know like that? I'm so curious to know what man are comparing this to, blood. Do you know what I mean? Because like I say, before the influx of foreign talent in the mid 90s, bro, football was shit before, bro. If we're talking about quality, do you know what I'm saying? Man just watch football to watch football. Now everybody's an analyst. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a great pass out from Havertz, and Havertz not a good pass to Martinelli. I'm not defending it. What I'm saying is, man will have a shit team, and that shit team will have one good player, and then that one good player becomes the standard. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, I want all my players to be that player. Gyökeres brought down. Oh, ref's given the foul. Fair enough. I thought he didn't give it. Madueke is killing me, bro. Absolutely killing me. Bro, you see the custom boots Arsenal get from their sponsors, yeah? They just seem to be heavier than anybody else's boots, blood. Why is all our boots heavy, bro? Why? Honestly, yeah, bro. He's not Madueke. He's not been good. He's not been good, bro. I mean, he has the odd moment, and he's good at a particular thing. Again, he's good at. It's a good little play from Havertz. Oh, it wasn't a good play from Havertz. He's good at being direct, but other than that, Arsenal struggling to just play out, bro. Sensible from Gabriel. It's a good tackle from Zubamendi, to be fair. I just want more from him, man. Do you know what I mean? I want more from him. Martinelli's been absolutely anonymous. Martinelli's been absolutely nowhere, bro. Good catch from Ryan. You know what it is, yeah? Man, they're trying to force it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like they need, obviously they're trying to do that intensity thing. Like, yeah, this is gonna win us the league and whatever. They're trying to show that intensity, but man need composure as well, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Rice is the only one who can progress the ball, but he's terrible today. Do you know what it is? He needs to carry it further and pick an easier pass. But we just have to keep putting attacks together, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, they'll, even whether it's a scrappy one or not, bro, you have to just keep putting attacks together. Ben White tries a very ambitious pass, and I'm not sure why. Great feet from Lewis Skelly. I don't think that was a foul for Madueke. I don't think that was a foul. It's a poor free kick. Few wasted opportunities here. Some good attacking opportunities absolutely wasted. Yeah, everything's rushed. Everything's very rushed. Again, another rush pass from Zubimendi. Oof. We're just making these passes that are putting our players in a lot under a lot of pressure. Ben White's actually showing such good composure, but he's the only one. Oh, Cutting. Cutting. Don't have that. Even there, bro, that shot is not even that's not even a good shot from Rice, but at least it's putting pressure so we get the corner. It's a dead corner, bro. Pen. Pen for that. I need to see that again. That looks too close to get a pen. Let's see that. Yeah, I guess to be fair, his hand is way out of position. I thought it was too close, and it is quite close. If you're Christie, you probably feel quite pissed about that. It is close, but his hand's right up in the air. I think that's very unfortunate. You know, he's just so close to him. There's a question about proximity. That's a very unfortunate one. I'm not gonna lie. Very, very unfortunate one. Man, like Victor gonna step up, like. Oh, what a pen. Keeper's gone the right way as well. It's a good pen. That's 18. I told man I wanted 15 to 20 goals. I said I wanted 10 to 15 goals. That's 18 goals for the Aryan boy, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? That's 18 goals this season in all comps. Do you know what I mean? With a lot of games to play still. Now it's all even. Now it's all even. Let's go. Can we find a second? And to be fair, Bournemouth have played well. Their goal, we got a little bit lucky for that goal. I think they got a little bit lucky for their goal. So actually, their goal was decent football. But shout out Alice in the chat. Thank you for the support. Play high. Who's the player that can get in behind? The problem we have in this team is who's the player. Even if Martinelli gets in behind, and Martinelli's been shit so far, but even if he gets in behind, who's the player that finds that pass? Do you know what I mean? We're relying on the creativity of Zubamendi and Havertz, and that's not really where we want to be. We may need Eze for 25 minutes, but I'm hoping we can score before that. I don't think we shouldn't get to 70 and not have scored a second. Bournemouth get a foul now. Fucking hell. Nice and tidy for Ryan. Lewis Skelly, can you get a touch on that? Oh, he does get a touch on that as well. Alex Jimenez got there first. Lewis Skelly plays it to Gyökeres. Oh, is that going to be a yellow? No foul. Oh, ref's just giving it as a corner. Oh, Senesi does really gets enough. He gets just enough of the ball. Just gets a little toe on that ball, to be fair. It's good refereeing. It's good refereeing. Not a great corner from Rice. Well whipped, but the technique was good, but the direction was a little bit too close to the keeper. Looking at Bournemouth's line, it's up nice and high. We've got to start playing balls in behind. We've got to start playing balls in behind. Krupi's a good player. He's a very, very tidy player. Very tidy player. Don't worry, AT, we're going to be live for your game. We've got a very dubious penalty. It was a clear handball. Ryan Christie's hand is all the way out here. In my opinion, it's a little bit close. It come from a corner, and it's a little bit close. I felt like it was a little bit, I don't want to say unfair, but a little bit harsh. But Gyökeres, good penalty. Evan Nilsson just drags that shot. See, Bournemouth's attack doesn't have a lot of quality to it, but they're just putting pressure on Arsenal by consistently attacking. And that's what we need to do the same thing, bro. Do you know what I mean? Let's just put attacks together. Keep putting attacks together. For me, that cross from that Bournemouth player was shit, but he picked the ball up, he drove it forward, he tried to take responsibility. We've got a lot of players on our team that are passing the responsibility to other people. I want to see someone step up and try to take the responsibility. Rice is someone who's always there, always wants the ball, always wants to take that responsibility himself. There's definitely a foul from True Fair. Yeah, they're going man for man. And so a lot of battles are turning into fouls. There's foul, 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 to be fair. So a lot of fouls, very scrappy. Both teams believe they can win the game. This is what I said before. This is what makes for a good league, bro. A good league is not where Arsenal come out and slap a team 5-0. That's not a good league. That's a good team, good champions, but that's not an exciting league. That should definitely be an Arsenal throw. Havertz kicked it off the defender, but Madueke, sorry. Good header from Ben White. It's good defending from Zubimendi, to be fair. Not really what I associate him with. One of the weaker sides of his game. But we're just not able to get the ball down and get playing. We're not able to get the ball down and playing at all. Bournemouth going to go for maybe one last attack from this free kick. It was, yeah, it was. I think it was a pen, but it was harsh. But go, have a look. 45th minute, Bournemouth going for the direct free kick or indirect free kick, I say, crossing to the box. Oh, it was very, very close. It's just evaded everyone. Senesi was there. I think Tavernier was there. From a corner, Gabriel tried to take a shot and it hit Ryan Christie's hand. We got a penalty and then Gyökeres scored the pen. Yeah, that's Ahmad. I think the same. It was a pen, but it was harsh. That was my first reaction. 90 seconds left of this half. David Raya complaining to the ref for 10 seconds when we should be getting on with an attack. And that's the problem. Then we're going to go long and lose the ball. We need to be really, really intentional about what we're doing. Gyökeres, good touch. Again, who's taking the responsibility here? Everyone just passing the ball around, moving the ball around. Where's the goal coming from? Can I see where a goal's coming from? Ben White coming forwards. Madueke does well. Bit of a dive, but he gets the free kick. Can we put pressure on this team? Keep putting pressure. This is going to be one of the last attacks. AT said never a pen, but he's always going to say that. I'm a United fan, and he thinks it's a pen. I'd say it's a pen, but I think it's harsh. I do think it's harsh. Back post. Oh, Martinelli tried to get there. To be fair, half time, I think Lewis Skelly's been really tidy this half. I think he's been come under a lot of criticism this season. And I think he's been very, very tidy. I think he's been very, very tidy. And I don't normally say that about him. He's more of a scrappy player normally, but this half he's looked good. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . His hand was all the way out here, bro. His hand's way too high. Half time, I think Arsenal probably the more unhappy with that half. I don't think it's good. When we talk about Arsenal bottling, when we talk about Arsenal, when we assess Arsenal, we've always got to assess not just the football, but like the attitude, the mentality, all that kind of stuff, because that's where our weakness is. And if I'm trying to spin it as a positive, for me, it's positive that we're going in at half time, 1-1, and we will be the more disappointed of the two teams. Do you know what I mean? We will be coming out in the second half thinking and feeling we need to get on the front foot. We haven't played that well. And still, we're in the game and it's only 1-1. It's disappointing we couldn't find a second. Bournemouth are going to keep attacking. There's going to be opportunities there. I think we're going to need to see Eze, maybe not at half time, but at some point. David Raya's distribution has not been the best. We want to be, when I say it's not been the best, we want to be, if we're going long, we need to be hitting Kai Havertz. There's no one in the team we can go long to other than Declan Rice, who's in the midfield, so we don't want to go long to him, or Kai Havertz in the final third. We're not going to go long to Martinelli. We're not going to go long to Madueke. We don't really want to be going long to Gyökeres if we can avoid it. So it's got to be Havertz. And if we're setting that as the standard, we haven't been able to find Havertz with the long ball very often. If we're going long, we want Havertz, and then we want Madueke, Martinelli, or Gyökeres running in behind for Havertz's flick on. And that hasn't been happening. So from that perspective, that's not good enough. We're going to get pressed high. We need to have a plan A of who we're looking for. Typically, it's going to be Zubimendi. I'm not a fan of that. When I'm looking at the team that they're playing with the players that are pressing up high, players that are faster, quicker, stronger, someone like, say, Marcus Tavernier, for example, he's in the 10. Someone like Evan Nilsson, for example, is very, very tenacious. I don't feel comfortable playing the ball to Zubimendi with these two players pressing him. That doesn't make me feel comfortable. If Declan Rice was playing in that position, I might feel more comfortable. Evan Nilsson is faster, bigger, stronger, has every physical advantage on Zubimendi. And Zubimendi, in my opinion, doesn't have the technique or the technical ability to offset that. If it was a Coutinho, if it was a Vitinha, if it was one of these types of players, even if it was an Erdegaard, I'd feel much more comfortable with that player being in the receiving position to receive that ball. Pause. With Zubimendi, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Because they're pressing high, he's not going to be able to receive the ball in space. So we're going to have to go long. I think that we should, if it was Timber that was there, we'd probably look to use the right back more. There's passes on for the right back. And then if we can go to the right back, what I want to see when we go to Ben White, very often with Madueke, he's all the way out wide, hugging the touchline. When we've got Saka on the pitch, Saka starts on the touchline, but then once Ben White gets the ball, he spins the defender and starts to move infield so he can receive the ball on the run. Madueke plays football in very straight lines. He's facing you there to come and receive the ball straight in a straight line, which means he's got to somehow turn 180 degrees to try to get in an attacking position, which I'm not a fan of. All of these things mean that we're going to have to go long, which means we're going to have Havertz and get support around Havertz. When we're going long, the problem we've had and the problem we continue to have is that we make that decision very, very, very slowly. David Rice looking for passes. Rice comes deep for the pass. Madueke, Martin Zubimendi is there. Rice comes deep for the pass as well, or kind of semi-deep, pause. But he's in a position where you'd expect your number 8 to be. For me, that's a problem because Rice is probably our most athletic player. If we decide earlier we're going to go long, when we're under pressure, we go long to Havertz. We can get Rice up in and around Havertz, to win second ball. So if Havertz wins a flick on and we go and attack, that's great. But if it's a bit of a 50-50 and the ball goes loose, which tends to happen because Havertz is quite messy, Rice can be there to mop up the second ball. Instead, when we go long, there's nothing around Havertz. There's no one around him. Zubimendi's come to the keeper to receive the ball. Rice has come to the keeper to receive the ball. The fullbacks are both holding width. So in the middle, there's nobody there apart from Havertz on his own. We lose that ball because Havertz is okay in the air, but not the best, and he's not very strong to bring the ball down and bring people into play. So when he does have those 50-50s and the ball goes loose, Bournemouth get straight back on it and they attack us again. We've got to make that decision quicker and get more and better support around Havertz so that that ball can come down and we can get playing football. Do you know what I mean? That's why I would rather have Havertz in the 9 and have someone like an Eze in the 10. So if, again, then you do the same thing, go long to Havertz, but you've got Eze and Rice there. So if any balls go loose, we can start playing football straight away. Instead, when the ball goes loose, they mount attack wave after wave after wave of attacks on our goal. And it's only a matter of time before they score if we allow them to keep attacking. It's going to be very difficult for us to build attacks if we keep playing that same way without the support around it. Hand is in a natural position. Position the player's leg is in the air. That's an innate position of the hand. But yeah, so if you raise your leg, you have to raise your hand. I don't agree that if you raise your leg, you by definition have to raise your hand. But I hear you. Like I said at the time, my gut reaction when I first saw it was that was harsh. That was my first reaction. I said, that looks harsh to me. But still, 18 goals in all comps now for Victor Gyökeres. But yeah, that's my position. That's what that's what I would potentially look to change. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll need Eze on at some point. 18 goals. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. 18 goals. Bro, I told you, man, I wanted between 10 and 15 goals. He's overperformed, bro. Now, the goals part is fine. Obviously, when I say he's overperformed, it sounds ridiculous because he's not played well. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you look at it, he's not that. If you just look at him across the season, he's played pretty shit. So, but that's strikers, isn't it? Strikers are the only player on the team that can play shit and still hit their goal for the year. Do you know what I mean? No one else can really do that, bro. Strikers can be dead all season but still achieve their goals. I mean, there's a lot of strikers that scored goals that didn't really do too much else across the pitch. And that's the nature of being a striker, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, for me, if we're looking at it honestly, we're probably going to have to go long. We're going to have to bring Havertz into the game. Havertz has actually been okay when it comes to playing football, but we're going to need him for those aerial battles because they're putting that pressure on us. In terms of subs, who have we got on the bench from an attacking perspective? There's not huge amounts. It might be a game for Trossard. You might need to see Trossard on at some point for Martinelli because the style of the game is very good for Martinelli. Do you know what I mean? It's a game where they're playing high. Martinelli can get in behind, but we're going to need Eze on the pitch, in my opinion, to actually play the ball in behind. We're not even playing the ball in behind. There's options there to do it. Otherwise, we're asking Havertz to do everything. Gyökeres has got the goal through the pen. Understood. I might keep it the same for the first 10 minutes, but if I'm Arteta, I'm looking at Havertz up top, Gyökeres off, and I'm looking at Eze in the 10. Because otherwise, we're looking at Havertz. They're putting pressure on us. We have to go long. We're looking at Havertz to be the main person to win the ball. And we're also looking at Havertz to then bring that ball down, get on the half turn, and play Martinelli in behind. We're looking to Havertz to do everything. Do you know what I mean? I think it's unreasonable expectations. Is this a must-win, Nick? Absolutely. Absolutely it is. We're 9 points ahead, but they have a game in hand. After this game, it will be 2 games in hand. If we assume that they win their game in hand, let's say before this game, they win a game in hand, that would be 6 points, and we have to play them. If we play them at their ground and they beat us, that 6 points becomes 3 points. So this is absolutely a must-win because we want to put We want Man City going into their games with as much pressure on them to perform as possible. Do you know what I mean? So when it gets to the 70th minute, the 75th minute, the 80th minute, that pressure is mounting and mounting and mounting and mounting and mounting. And if you've got a good manager, like the great mind that is Liam Rossignol, what's his full name? Does he have a middle name? James. If you've got a great manager, like the great footballing mind that is Liam James Rossignol II, to him, if he can if he can take a little bit of the Man City pressure and then late on when their pressure's building and building and building, start to, do you know what I'm saying? Start to put the pressure back on them late on, then he can pick up points. This is exactly it. Do you know what I mean? This is exactly it. Do you know what I mean? So don't mention my gaffer, the only IC3 manager in the league. He's not, like, he's mixed race. He's half white, so he's not an IC3. But I hear you. Black people, the only people that man can be half white and still be considered that race. I've never heard that before, blood. I've never heard that before. Who else could do that, blood? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's absolutely a must win. Absolutely a must win. The man agent. This is what I'm saying, bro. Liam James Rossignol, bro. I believe in you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Shout out to man like Jesus, blood. He is risen, bro. He is risen. I need Liam James Rossignol to rise, bro. Big man thing. I need him to rise. Pause. Don't forget as well, we're here 7 o'clock. I'm gonna be live for the boxing, so make sure that you lock in for that as well. Tyson Fury's return. Conor Benn versus Regis Prograis on the undercard. Shane thinks we're going to see Richard Riakporhe knock out Jamie TKV, which there's a good shout of, but Jamie is very, very ugly with his fighting style. So we'll see. We've got Justice Hooney versus Fraser Clark, which would be a good heavyweight bout. So we're going to be live for all those fights from about 7 o'clock. So tune in for that. And then tomorrow, we're going to watch the man Ager try and take points off of Manchester City. But yeah, it's very close. You know what I mean? It's 9 points, but it's a lot closer than, like Alexis said, it's a lot closer than it looks on paper. Do you know what I'm saying? So every game is a must win for us. Every game is a must win for us. If we win this, we go to 73 points. We'll be 12 points off winning the league. If we get to 85 points, that's it. If you do the man age thing, bro, I'm hoping he ages Pep Guardiola tomorrow, bro. That's what I'm hoping. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm really hoping, blood. Worst manager we've had at the club, I'll be real. Are you sure? Well, he's managed 10 games, 5 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. It's not ideal. We're out for the second half. Michael Carrick also managed 10 games, also 2 draws, but 7 wins and 1 loss in that time. But Lampard ain't losing 7-8-2 to PSG. Probably not. Let's be sensible about this. Again, straight away we go long. Gyökeres just bowls over Senesi. Gyökeres has just got such a messy style because we want him to be more physical, but every time he is physical, the whistle goes. He's got to be a bit smarter with how he uses that physicality. But like I said, what I really want to see is like we know what they're going to do. We have to be able to counter that. And it looked like we were going to do that. It looked like we went long to Havertz and tried to put bodies around him, which is what I want to see. There's no point going long to Havertz and not having any support around him. He's going to need the support. I'm not a big fan of these passes that we're playing, similar to what Madueke just did, that go forwards but not to anyone. Slight change here with it's a good knockdown from Ben White. So poor from Havertz. Come on, just scrappy and messy. Under no pressure, Havertz just handballs it with a bad touch. But yeah, there it looked like Rice was dropping deep to be the person that receives it from Raya, which I much prefer. And Zubamendi slightly higher, maybe looking for that final ball, which makes a lot more sense to me. A few times Ben White is winning that header, but again, when he wins the header, it goes to nobody. You've got a lot of players on this pitch that do not want the ball in the air. Madueke, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Zubamendi. These men do not want this ball in the air, and the ball has been in the air a lot. Madueke has been shit, to be fair. Not really like awful, but not good. Just average Madueke performance. Lewis Skelly's another one, doesn't really want the ball in the air, and the ball finds its way in the air far too often for me. When he's tried to get that ball down on the floor and either play football or hit it clear. Madueke defensively not good. For me, mostly at fault for that first goal that we conceded. Yeah, I said that first half. So Martinelli's just anonymous, absolutely anonymous. But I think if we get if what I spoke about at half time, if we can get Havertz up top and put Eze in the 10, I think that we can bring Martinelli more into the game. Havertz is not great creatively. Martinelli needs somebody that's going to play that ball in behind for him. Do you know what I mean that he can run into space? We don't have somebody in that 10 that's playing that through ball. They played quite high, and it's one of the few times Arsenal complain all season about playing against low blocks. Well, you're playing against the mid block now. There's space in behind to exploit. Are you now going to go and exploit it or not? Do you know what I mean? I think it's mixed. Him and Trossard both go through periods where being on the bench is better for them. David Raya just plays the ball through, and again, he plays it to Zubamendi, and Zubamendi misses it. I told you this before. Zubamendi cannot be the player that we play the ball out to. He's incapable of doing that job. His success rate is maybe 30%. He's not the person to do that. If we persist with this next season, then we're not going to win major trophies doing this. We're not. Regardless about what you think of the quality of the league, the Premier League is the most athletic league in the world. The fastest, strongest players in the world play in this league. Havertz tries to play a ball through to Gyökeres, and that's why I don't like Havertz in the 10, because that pass was awful. Good tackle from Lewis Skelly. That's not a foul. The ref looked at that, saw it wasn't a foul, didn't blow for the foul, and then saw Krupi hitting his hand on the floor and then decided to give the foul. That is not a foul. It's a great challenge. Oh, who is that? I knew it's not even Krupi, but whoever that is. That is Krupi. It says Krupi Jr. We're going to need Eze on at some point. We're struggling to even retain possession, but we can't have Zubamendi being the guy that we play out to. It just doesn't make any sense. He can't do it. It's like asking a fish to race Usain Bolt, blood. It don't make any sense. Now, let's attack. Let's attack. They've committed 4 players to this attack. They're out of position. Let's attack now. Let's attack. Forwards, forwards, forwards. They're out of position. No, we're going to go sideways. Havertz is there. We've not done it. The opportunity is there. We've gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. Martinelli's all the way in the middle of the pitch, screaming for the ball. He's come out of his wing position and he's screaming for the ball. Rice is telling Saliba to play the ball out to Madueke, but Saliba goes backwards. And Eze's getting warmed up now. Thank fucking Christ for that. They committed 4 players to the attack. The attack broke down. That means we have more attackers than they have defenders. Let's go. What are we waiting for? Martinelli now on the ball. What can you do? I've only remember seeing Martinelli on the ball twice in the first half. Bournemouth now, sitting in a low block. We've got to make these count. Madueke, cross into the box, is cut out. Boys, come on. I want to see Gyökeres off and Havertz up top. But it will probably be Havertz off and it's probably a straight swap, Havertz for Eze. That's a good ball. Havertz, can we get there? Declan Rice, it goes for a corner. Come on, boys. Let's be fucking serious about this. Dalman sub. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Dalman's coming on and Eze's coming on. 2 attacking substitutions, but who's coming off? And if we're gonna do this, AT, we've been playing the ball long. We can't keep playing the ball long. We've got more players that don't want the ball long. Do you mean? Trossard's coming on. He don't want the ball in the air. Eze's coming on. He don't want the ball in the air. Max Dalman's coming on. He don't want the ball in the air. Let's play some fucking football. Would I sell Madueke? If we can get a better winger, I would get a better winger. Practically, I don't know how it works because we're not going to sell him for much. Madueke corner. Keeper palms it off the post. And it goes for, I think, is that a goal kick? It's gone for a goal kick. That means Havertz has got to stay on then. Havertz has got to stay on then. No? If Havertz comes off, this doesn't make any sense. It's good subs that we're going for it, but it's got to be Havertz off. If Havertz goes off, that's our only aerial threat. So now, if we go long, Havertz, Madueke off, Martinelli off as well. If we go long, we've got nobody to actually go long to. But Martinelli's unsure if he's coming off or not. And Gyökeres is staying on. In Trossard, we trust. Trossard looks in the mood, and when he's in the mood, he can go and get a goal. I don't know which one is better off the bench, but it's positive changes, but we need to play positive football. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't bring on a creative number 10 and then try to go long to Gyökeres. Unless he's going to expect Gyökeres to bring other people into play, which if that's the game plan, then we could struggle. But we've got goal scorers. I just want to see us put pressure on them. Because if that ball goes loose anywhere around the 18-yard box, we've got people that can score. They did go long to Gyökeres. Gyökeres flicked it on, but Trossard couldn't get there. Defensively, it's going to be a problem. I don't think it is, only because defensively they were shit anyway. It's not like any of them had any great defensive performances that we're going to really miss out on. I mean, Madueke's defense was at fault for the goal in the first place. What I do like is these subs have happened early, 55 minutes in. Oh, David Raya, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? This is what I'm saying. We've brought on 3 great attackers. Great. But we're still playing the ball with Zubamendi, Gabriel, and Raya at the back. So it doesn't matter. They're never going to get the ball. He's trying to do outside foot part. What's he doing? What are you doing? Do you know what I'm saying? What? Okay, great. The good news is we've bought Mbappe. The bad news is we just play the ball around the back 4. So you got fucking Mbappe for them. What's the point? You might as well not have him. Ahmad, didn't I say this? We're going to bring on our great attacking players, great, but we're not going to play the football to suit them. So what's the point? We might as well have just had Havertz on. That's what I say. Let's not have these players on and just try and go long. We're going long ball to Trossard. This is what we're doing. We're going long ball to Trossard. For me, Zubamendi should have come off. Gyökeres should have come off. Then you've got Havertz if you need to go long. Put Rice in the 6. Put Eze in the 8, and let's go and attack. Leave Havertz on. Good pressing from Gyökeres. It's a great ball through, to be fair, from Bournemouth. You brought on Eze to play in the 10, and then you don't give him the ball. Eze's not touched the ball since he came on. We're allowing Bournemouth to attack in wave after wave after wave. Hill goes for a long throw. Trossard gets it clear. Get the ball to these man's feet and get them playing some football. That's too easy. Just like the last one, the ball's gone straight through Max Dowman, who's not a defender, and Zubamendi, who's not a defender, and the pass straight through is very, very easy. Who wants the ball? I'm not seeing anybody want the ball. Again, we've gone long over the top towards Gyökeres. At least that one is not in the box. If we're going to go long, we can't have it land in the box. We have to have it land before the box. So the keeper has to come out and commit. Can't play long balls into the box. Keeper's going to pick the ball up. We've made these changes and we haven't had control of the ball since. I said this, didn't I? We cannot, if we're going to make the change of the player, we have to make the changes of the style of football, or it's not going to make any sense. Bournemouth had 66% of the possession. Yeah, fuck off, Mo. Taking a point from this game is a fucking terrible result. You're chasing a league title and you're at home. Come on, that's an awful result. Keep going, Diamond. Keep going. It's a good switch to the ball. Come on, Trossard. Trossard's lost out there. Jimenez coming forwards. Trossard doing too many fucking step overs. No foul, no foul, no foul, no foul. Ref said no. Ref said no pen. Very, very, very close. Very, very close. Rice, carry that ball. Carry it. Don't even look for a pass. Carry it. You got space. Carry the ball forwards. Oh, come on, man. What are we doing? Good play from Eze. Try again. We've tried a little chipped cross into the box. For who? For Eze. Is Eze gonna fucking win a header in the box? Do you know what I mean? What are we doing? Send it. Left back's on. The left back's free. The left back's free. Look, like this, look, we're plodding around with the ball at the back. We're just plodding around with the ball. Who wants the ball? Saliba's right back. Play the pass. Play the pass 3 to 5 business days late. Come on. There we go. Declan Rice. We go long to Gyökeres again, and Senesi just picks up that ball nice and easy. The pass from Bournemouth goes straight through the Arsenal midfield. Facts. Bringing these players on is pointless if we're not going to play the style that's going to suit them. What's the point in bringing them on there? Just don't make any sense. Let's get the ball down and play some football. Come on, play some football. Diamond's there. Gyökeres looks offside. Oh, it's in. Is he offside? He looks offside. He looks offside. Yeah, he's offside. What the fuck is that high? That's how they play. I've said it. I've said it all game. This is how they play. Yeah, Gyökeres looked offside. I could see that straight away. Ahmad, I've said this the whole game. They play a high line. That's why we should have Martinelli or Madueke or somebody running in behind because they play that high line. Oh, boys, please. Fuck off. I could see that straight away, bro. I didn't even need to wait for the replay. I could just see man was offside, bro. He was miles offside. Still got 25 minutes, but we've only had one shot on target this whole game. Christie should have done better with that. There's a lot of time left. There is a lot of time left. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of time left, but the football that I'm seeing is just frustrating. You guys have been shit. It's a scam if you win this. Nah, it's not a scam. We're at home, blood. We should be winning this. There's no... Look what David Raya's doing. What the fuck are we doing? Why is the game plan Ben White long to Gyökeres? Ben White long to Gyökeres. Why is that the game plan? You just brought on Max Dowman and Eze and Trossard, and you're just going long from the right back, and now they've got a corner. What are we doing? What is this football that I'm looking at? We're just putting pressure on ourselves for no reason. Eze's on the ball. First time I've seen him on the ball since he came on 12 minutes ago. Rice driving the ball forwards. Still Rice. Eze. Trossard. Can we find a shot? Trossard. Keep the ball moving. Find a shot. I just want a shot. That's it from Rice. Perfect. That's all I wanted is a shot. I don't care if it goes in or not. I actually don't care. I just want to see a shot. That's it. Come on, boys. Just shots, please. I need to see some attacking football. Man, I spent how many hundreds of millions on attack, and man ain't attacking, bro. What's man do? Rice with the corner. Lewis Kelly, can you get a shot away? I don't mind that. Just keep putting pressure. Keep putting pressure. I agreed with you, bro. That's what I said. I said Rice is the only one, bro. Do you know what I mean? I would have had Havertz in the 10, or I would have had Havertz up top and Zubamendi off, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? And now they're bringing on fresh legs. You know, Tyler Adams coming on. And Christie coming off. I think there's Christie and is that Ryan coming off as well? Ben White, don't mind that. Gabriel, don't mind that as well. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Gabriel. Unlucky. Now, Alex Jimenez coming forwards. It's a great tackle from Eze. Good intensity from Zubamendi. Trossard. This is better from Arsenal. I don't know where this has been, but this is the football. Lewis Skelly now. Max Dalman. Oh, it's not the best. But at least he's moving. At least he's trying to make it happen. Yeah, US media companies get away with saying anything, blood, because no one in America watches football. Bournemouth, good ball in behind. Good tackle. Good block from Trossard. Bro, remember when they were saying Christian Pulisic was the LeBron James of soccer? That's what they say about Pulisic when he was at Chelsea. He's my bro. No one in America watches football, blood. That man can say what they want, blood. $18 minutes left. Arsenal need to step on the gas. Another long ball from David Raya, which is what I and Senesi just deals with that so easy. I specifically said I don't. If we're gonna make these subs with Trossard and Eze and these man, I specifically do not want to see more long balls from Raya. That is the number one thing that I do not want to see in the second half. Eze, great feet, good little nutmeg. Thought that was a foul by Tyler Adams, but ref's not giving it. Ben, why does Benny White do that, bro? He's like half in the challenge and half out of the challenge. Mosquera coming on now. Looks like that could be Ben White's day run. Good hassle from Gyökeres. We're playing the ball backwards and sideways for some reason. We've got the attacking numbers, and we're playing the ball backwards and sideways for some reason. And I do not think this is Arteta. He's put on the attacking subs. He wants to go for a goal. It's clear that he wants to go for a goal. And, you know, I think, bruv. Yeah, there you go. That's it. 2-1. It's been coming. It's been coming. Scott's actually been very, very good today. Scott's been very, very good today. I said it. You guys are here, you can hear me saying it, bro. We're playing the ball around the back four for some reason. Why? Why are we playing the ball around the back four? Why? Why are we doing that? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. We got a free kick. Zubamendi not tracking. Why is Zubamendi our DM? Look at Zubamendi. What the fuck are you doing? How can Zubamendi be our DM? How can Zubamendi be our DM? How? We're going to swap Ben White for Mosquera just to keep going long to Gyökeres. What's the point? And now Gabriel Jesus is coming on. What's the point? What is the point? If Jesus is coming on for Gyökeres, I'm gonna get annoyed because we're just gonna go. Now Zubamendi comes off. He should have been fucking off ages ago. Why is he coming off now? Now Zubamendi's coming off after he's cost us the game. Mosquera, lovely little pass to Max Dowman. Look at this. We're pushing up high. We're retaining the ball. It's all fantastic. Why are we doing it now that we're 2-1 down? Why now that we're 2-1 down? Why? What's the point? What is the point? He done the right subs to the wrong players. That's what I said. I said when he brought it on. Ahmad, did I or did I not say it? Why bring on these players and then just have us going long? Jesus in the box. Trossard. Oh, for fuck off, man. To be fair, Martinelli was shit as well. So it's like it's shit versus shit, bro. 12:30 kickoff. Everything is in your favour. Everything. You've got a dubious penalty. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got multiple free kicks that shouldn't fuck off. Definitely not. Got multiple free kicks that shouldn't have been free kicks. You've got the penalty, which is a dubious penalty and was harsh. It's the early kickoff, so you can take it away from Man City and put pressure on them. Everything is in your favour. This is why people call it a bottling. It's not just that you lose a game of football and you're bottling. It's called a bottling because everything's in your favour. You're at home. You're playing against the Bournemouth side, who, to my understanding, now maybe I need to check the table, aren't actually playing for anything in particular. Set. These men aren't set, bro. Fuck these man, bro. Oh, they're not serious. Yeah, they're definitely not serious. Oh, Gyökeres, we're not serious. Bro, we got Saka on 300 bags a week. Can't even play. Not fit enough to play. I'm not saying he's saving. I'm saying you said the whole thing needs to be revamped. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you that the whole attack needs to be revamped. We've got Saka and Havertz on 300 grand a week. And it's not like we gave him a contract when he was balling. We gave him a contract when he was injured and not playing well. And we still gave him the contract. I do blame Arteta for that. And for giving him the contract when he was injured. Do you know what I'm saying? Max Diamond, good feet. Thing is, we can score another goal, but we can score late and rescue a draw, and it's going to feel like, it's not, it don't even mean anything. 1 point's better than no points, but it's bullshit. Another corner. Good header from Jesus. Diamond's out wide. Can we find him? The thing is, it's not a generational bottling because we do it every year, so it's not generational blood. Generational means it happens once every generation. Do you know what I'm saying? This don't even happen once every generation. It happens every year. The same time every year. Bro, the thing is, I don't even know if that's true, but it just don't make sense, bro. The quad talk was next year, blood. That wasn't even this year, bro. That was next year. But I told Ahmad, did I or did I not say it, bro? We made the subs, and I said, if we continue, we're going to take off Havertz, and we're going to keep going long, and there's not going to be anyone to aim at when we go long. And now we're in the 88th minute, and we're going long again, blood. What's the plan here? Do you know what I'm saying? What's the plan? What's the strategy? You know what I mean? I can see it coming a mile off, bro. For what? Gabriel? Imagine Gabriel got that goal. 100%. I think a lot of the players like the manager. I think a lot of the players like the manager. I don't think the players don't like the manager. I don't think that's the problem. I think the manager doesn't use the whole squad. The manager doesn't use the whole squad. He uses his favourites, and then they get burnt out. And then when people are burnt out, that's what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? We've played a lot of games this season. We haven't seen Mosquera, seen Hincapié a little bit. Calafiori's been injured. Consistently given contracts to players that have bad injury records. We've given Saka another 3 years when he's got a bad injury record. Who knows if he'll ever get back to being the Saka that he was a couple of years ago. Do you know what I mean? But you can rotate though, bro. When we're playing early Champions League games against lower level opposition or early cup games, we should be able to play. I'm not saying we just change the whole 11, but you could play a Gabriel with a Mosquera. You could play Gabriel and Saliba with Hincapié instead of Calafiori. You can play Wanyeri instead of Saka. You could do little things, but I'm not saying like change out the whole 11, but for little things, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, do you know what I mean? Happy birthday to Mac, but do you know what I'm saying, bro? That's what it is. That's how you use the squad, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like say, City don't want to be using Mateus Nunes at right back, but he's at right back, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. The tactics in the second half were entirely wrong, and not only were they wrong, they were predictable. Because I said it, I literally said it, bro. I was like, yeah, bro, this don't make any sense. These subs coming on when man is saying he's going for it, he's going for it. I was like, bro, he's not going for it. He's throwing on attacking players but the strategy and the style is not going to change because the subs that he made didn't address the problems. This is the problem. The subs that he made did not actually address the problems. There is a problem that we weren't attacking enough. That is a problem. One of the main problems is we play out from the back with Zubamendi being the person that we're playing out to. That is one of the biggest problems in the team. And it was Zubamendi that cost us the goal. Do you know what I'm saying? This brother overcomplicates football. The argument, there's a debate that's been for the last 3-4 years of who the best DM in the league is. Yeah, the three names that are always in that competition, always compared against each other are Rodri, Caicedo, and Declan Rice. Yeah, regardless of what order you put them in, can we all agree that that's the three that people always debate? Yeah. Rodri plays in the DM position. Caicedo plays in the DM position. They push up a little bit, but they start the game in the defensive midfield position. Declan Rice does not start the game in the defensive midfield position. Declan Rice plays in an 8. And then we have someone who is a traditional 8, play like a link player between the defense and the attack, playing in the DM position. Why? Why would you play Kovacic in the DM if you've got Rodri right next to him? Why would you do that? Why would you choose to do that? And Kovacic is better than Zubimendi. I hear you. Rice can't play the 6 on his own. I hear you. But then you can put Declan Rice in the 6 and put Zubimendi next to him for support. Gyökeres, can we find a shot? Goes for a corner, I think. Gyökeres is the one I wanted off. Do you know what I mean? How can you say they've adopted the personality of the manager, fold under pressure, but people have said that we've bottled it even under Wenger and under Emery, so it don't make sense. Do you know what I mean? You can't long ball for Dalman. Exactly. Yeah, double pivot, but I'm saying even in a double pivot, there's a person whose main priority role is protection. Yeah, City played with a double pivot when it was Fernandinho and KDB, but the majority of the defensive responsibilities were Fernandinho's. Do you know what I'm saying? If we've got Rice and Zubimendi next to each other, why is Zubimendi the last man ever? Do you know what I'm saying? Zubimendi shouldn't be the last man because the main defensive responsibility should be Declan Rice. The one with the main defensive, you got to think who's got the main defensive responsibility here. Do you know what I'm saying? The team didn't play well, but a lot of this is on Arteta for me. A lot of this is on Arteta for me. A lot of this is on Arteta for me. Awful. Absolutely awful. The 90 minutes at home. And like I say, the reason this is bad. The reason this is bad, yeah. The reason this is terrible. You man can clip this if you want. The reason this is terrible is not because they lost, but it's because everything was in their favor, bro. Everything was in their favor. Everything. Just looking at where Bournemouth are. Bournemouth are 9th in the league. Before this game, they had 42 points. They were down in 13th or 12th. Bournemouth are not a team that are playing for anything. They're not necessarily playing for European football. They might believe they can get it now, but they weren't a team that's pushing for European football. They're not a team that's pushing for a trophy. They're not a team that's pushing for anything. They're just a team on vibes. Do you know what I'm saying? Arsenal always complain about playing against low blocks. Well, today you played against an expansive team. Arsenal complain about playing against defensive teams or teams that come and play for a draw. Not today. Complain about playing away from home after a European game. Not today. Complain about not having the advantage to play before Manchester City. Not today. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got every advantage. This is a home game. No, the only thing is they've had 3 weeks rest. We haven't. Fair enough. But other than that, we're at home. They play a style of football that we've wanted to play against. But the decisions, in my opinion, were wrong. I did say when the subs went up, I said I don't know. I'm not sure because the reason Martinelli in particular was playing badly. Madueke is different. Madueke's style is to come deep, receive the ball, and actually get on the half turn and try to drive the ball forward. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not Martinelli's style. Martinelli wants, when you see Martinelli at his best, the ball's played in behind for him. Martinelli's played the ball in behind by Erdegaard, by Saka, by somebody in the midfield. So Martinelli was shit in the first half, but nobody played him the ball in behind because we've got Havertz in the 10. That's not really his style. Okay, we take Havertz off, we bring in Eze. That's more Eze style, more of a traditional 10 that can play that ball. Problem is, we then take off Eze and we then take off Martinelli and bring on Trossard. Trossard always also comes deep to receive the ball feet. So does Eze. So it doesn't make any sense. So we make these changes. I said at the time I would like to see Gyökeres off. Gyökeres was trying and battling and pressing, but it wasn't his day, and we end up going long quite a lot because they're pressing us. I said, bro, if we're gonna play this football and we're gonna go long, we can't go long and have Gyökeres up top. Said it at half time. We can't go long and have Gyökeres up top. We've taken off Madueke for Max Dowman. There's a physical strength downgrade. We've taken Martinelli off for Trossard. In terms of a physical strength, I say it's a downgrade, maybe the same. We've taken Havertz off for Eze. In terms of a physical strength, hold-up play, that's a downgrade. But then we're going to go long and expect these guys to win the ball in the air and physically hold the ball up. That doesn't make any sense. If we're playing the ball on the floor, fair enough. We can't play the ball out because Zubimendi is giving the ball away and he's under a lot of pressure. Rather than put Declan Rice there, who's stronger, faster, more physical, more, he can do that job better. We should take Zubimendi out, put Rice in the 6, put someone else in the 8, have Zubimendi, and maybe even give Zubimendi 10 minutes in the 8, see what he can do, or take him out completely. Take Gyökeres out, have Havertz up top, and then you can go long. Then you've got a team where you can play out from the back through Rice, or you can go long to Havertz. Then you've got a couple of different options. Then you've got whoever you want in that 3 of the 10, the left wing and the right wing. Once we did that, I knew we were going to lose because I couldn't see how. I couldn't see how we could win this game. How are we going to win this game? We've put on, I said, and Amad Diallo is in the chat, AT is in the chat, some of you men are in the chat. I said, if we take off Havertz and we continue to go long, we're not winning this game. No, but we actually can't win this game. And so as poor as the players were, the manager has to take a big responsibility because I'm looking at the team saying, bro, we can't, this is an unwinnable game. It don't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Do you know what I'm saying? It didn't make any sense, bro. Like once I saw the subs, I couldn't even get excited. Once I saw the subs, I couldn't get excited. It didn't make sense. We're going to lose now because we're going to continue to go long. We get David Raya. What does he do? Go long, go long, go long, go long. Why are we going long? We're going long to Max Down. Do you know what I'm saying? The outbreak and rage pretending Arsenal played something different today. They usually play this rubbish and luck a set piece in. That's just a comment that someone that doesn't watch the football. Do you know what I'm saying? It depends on who's on the pitch, bro. It depends on who's on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Today, I didn't see, until Max Dowman that came on, from Madueke, I didn't see any, even if you say, okay, Arsenal get a lot of own goals. They get a lot of lucky own goals. Okay, fine. But those own goals come from crosses, shots, pressure, people breaking under pressure, consistent, sustained attacks. So even if you want to say Arsenal have got lucky with the actual goal itself, there's still a lot of good work that Arsenal do to create that. Today, there was no good work that Arsenal did to create anything. That's why it didn't even look like we were going to get a lucky own goal or a lucky deflection or from where? There was no way even to get that from. No one's shooting. No one's crossing. No one's doing anything, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We got to 70 minutes and started crossing the ball. We're crossing the ball, by the way, with no one. We've got no one with any goals can mask up terrible performances, Nick. You're not listening. You're just typing. You must have the stream on mute because you're not listening to what I said. You're not listening at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying even when I'm not saying the performances were good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying even when the goals masked a bad performance before, there were good bits of a bad performance. If you have a bad performance, but you win 3-0 from 3 own goals, 3 lucky penalties, the penalty will still come from you being in the box. The penalty might come from you trying to take on a man. The penalty might come from like Gabriel today, trying to get a shot away. Something happens. Today there wasn't any of that. We couldn't even get any of that luck because we weren't even doing the basic things that would lead to something lucky to even mask a bad performance. Do you know what I mean? That's how bad it was. It wasn't even that. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it is, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's not any. There's no shot. We got to half time with one shot on target. One shot on target at home. One shot at target at home is criminal against anybody, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Do you know what I mean? One shot at home is terrible. And I think that the manager's got to take a lot of responsibility for it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It is fine margins, but like I say, bro, I'm just analysing the performance from my perspective. Do you know what I mean? There was nothing positive in that performance. I've seen performances where we scored from an own goal and said, cool, the goal was an own goal, but there was a lot of positives that we did. There's stuff to build on. When I'm looking at this, there's nothing even there to build on, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? This analysis sounds good, but you went the whole half at home against Liverpool without a single attempt on goal. So stop pretending it's new. I didn't say that it's new, bro. I'm just talking about this game. That's what I'm saying, man. You're listening to the stream on mute because you're just typing for fun for no reason. Do you know what I'm saying? Just watch the second half. He didn't look interested, no energy. Gabriel made the only run into the box. 100%. 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? 100%. That's just what it is, bro. It's poor, bro. It's poor. There's a difference between poor, but we did some things well, and poor, but we did no things well. We've played poor since January. Understood. But I'm saying in some of those games we played poor, but there were moments where we did something good. Today we played poor, but I can't pick out a moment where we did something good. I can't actually pick any moments or any positives. I've been on the stream before where how can you say I'm making irrelevant points? Brother, it's my stream and I can make whatever points I want, blood. What are you talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? You set up a YouTube channel and make your own points. What's man talking about? I'm making the points I want to make. It's my channel. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between poor and some positives, and then poor and no positives at all. There was no positives today. None. I couldn't see any positives. I can't come off that pitch and see anybody. Maybe Gabriel gets more than a 5 out of 10, but I don't think Robbie could give anybody more than a 5 or 6 out of 10, more than a 5 out of 10. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's just, you know what I mean? It's just shit, bro. That's just what it is. Levels I actually think even if you win the league, you might need to sack Arteta. It's so bad, bro. Big man's in. It's awful. Because what Arteta is like, was the message not communicated? Was the message not communicated? Do you know what I'm saying? Why have we taken off the main person for the main target man? Why have we taken off the main target man? But the goalkeeper's going long. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense, bro. Lex, the wingers are not even getting high enough to cross the ball to Gyökeres. I didn't see Martinelli or Madueke in the final third or in and around the 18-yard box at all in the first half. They're not even actually high enough. They're not even actually high enough on the pitch because we're going long. Senesi's beating Gyökeres to the header and it's coming straight back. There's no one in the 10 that can play the ball to the winger to even allow the winger to do anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But fuck it, we're back at 7. Shane's gonna be here. We've got the whole boxing card. I'm going live from Fraser Clark to Justice Hooney. Fraser Clark versus Justice Hooney, or whoever's the A side for that fight. So I'm saying I'm going to be live for the whole card, all the way through, the whole main card anyway. So from 7 o'clock, we're here. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll shout you, man, then. It's just fucking terrible, bro. We need a personality transplant, bro. We actually need a person. We need to go to Oslo. We've got no brain, no heart, no nothing, bro. David Raya David Raya, who everyone is saying last week, fucking Kepa made the mistakes if Raya was there, blah blah blah. David Raya was fucking garbage, bro. He was garbage today, bro. Not just for the goals, because the goals in it. Do you know what I'm saying? But the way he's playing out and some of the passes he's making, bro, it's fucking shit, bro. I was like, what's he doing, bro? What's he actually doing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like all the praise that he got has gone to his head, bro. The praise he's got. You see, if you man see Gareth and I trying, don't praise the nigga too much. Start making nigga soft, blood. He got too much praise, and it's all gone to his head, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He's been told that number one position is his. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's just taking the piss, bro. I don't know, bro. We're going long, 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 long. When he tries to play it out, Zubamendi, I can't see Zubamendi in the six, bro. I can't see next season. I cannot see Zubamendi in the six. How can we play out with a man that can't turn? He receives the ball. You play me the ball. You're the goalkeeper. You play me the ball, and I just stand here facing you. And if I try to turn this way, or if I try to turn that way, I lose the ball. How can you play like that, bro? How can you play with that guy, bro? You're like, I can name you players. There's players I can name. See, when it comes to strikers, man talked about oh, what strikers would you want? Yeah, bro, we're in an era right now. Man say, oh, we're in an era of like quite weak strikers in it. Like, there's not really, other than Kane and a couple, man, there's not really bare strikers you could name. There's like top level strikers. Not many of them around, in it. Like, blah blah blah. Fair enough, cool. But when it comes to them centre mids, I can name bare centre mids that can do that job better than Zubamendi. I can name bare centre mids that can do that job better than Zubamendi, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's probably 10 in the Prem that could do. By the time you come back at 7 o'clock, I'll have a list of 10 or 15 midfielders in the world, probably 20 midfielders in the world that can do that job better than Zubamendi. Do you know what I mean? He's a joke, bruv. I can't keep seeing that, bruv. That Zubamendi trying to be the player to play out from the goalkeeper with three men standing around him, yeah, bro. That's a sackable offence on its own, bruv. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? But I'm back at 7 anyway. Let me go get some food in that, blood. Peace.